all right, so I'm going to read through the summary. Did you guys find the agenda that is in that private group?
I actually did not.
Okay.
I
So
really just popped on just now. I didn't really get a chance to scroll through the page or anything.
Okay, so that same private group, if you type session into your Facebook search bar, it should bring you to session 13. And somewhere on that page is the agenda for tonight. You don't need it, but that's where it is.
I'm gonna put it in the chat as well.
Okay. Okay, Leonie's gonna put it in the chat. So I'll go ahead and basically, guys, what we do is we read a question related to tonight's reading material, which were pages 36 to 72 in this bridge. And then, you know, whoever wants to kind of try to respond to the question can do that. We try to limit ourselves to 3 minutes or 5 minutes, or, you know, just being mindful that other folks have stuff to say too. So I'll go ahead and read the summary of tonight's agenda. The death of Anna Mae Aquash, Native American freedom fighter, mysteriously murdered by a bullet in the head. Raymond Yellow Thunder, forced to dance naked in front of a white VFW club in Nebraska, murdered. Rita Silk-Nauni, imprisoned for life for defending her child. My dear friend Monty Lucas-Papago, shot in the back of the head outside of a gay bar in Phoenix. And that's a passage from the reading by Barbara Cameron called Gee, You Don't Seem Like an Indian from the Reservation. In our continuation of part 2, Entering the Lives of Others, Theory in the Flesh, we lean into the lived experiences of Indigenous, Canadian, Native American, and Puerto Rican women, noting the similarities with people of African descent caught between alienation and assimilation. Today, America is on fire, in part sparked by the brutal murders of Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, and Breonna Taylor. Yet there's nothing new or unusual about these deaths, and that is the problem. When the looting starts, the shooting starts, said Donald Trump, revealing his insanity and insensitivity, yes, with this phrase traced back to 1967, but also showing his awareness of the American pattern of brutality, obliviousness, frustration, rage, explosion, and more brutality. What does it mean when the country's leaders know there is a problem and fail to take corrective action? No end in sight. Part 3, and when you leave, take your pictures with you, racism in the women's movement, takes us more specifically into experiences women of color, Native American and Asian Pacific American, have had among white women feminists. Their hurt, disappointment, and disillusionment with the failure of white women to see and hear the specific concerns of women of color expose a deep division in the movement that led to a parting of ways, and to date, nearly 40 years later, is unresolved. Just this week, we witnessed Amy Cooper call the police on Black bird watcher Christian Cooper in New York City's Central Park. because she was afraid of a man watching birds while Black. The privilege she evoked by this act, and the simultaneous ignorance are the exact concerns women of color were speaking to 40 years ago through this week's readings. Much work remains. Welcome to the new generation. So as usual, usually guys, we can only get through about 4, 5, or 6 questions. You know, but I'm a tad on the insane side, so I always have way more questions than we can actually do. And I just put down, you know, whatever kind of comes to me as I'm going along. And I actually restrained myself. There was more stuff I could have written, but I decided to stop. So what I did instead was I highlighted 4 or 5 questions, and those are the ones that I want us to start the conversation with. And then if we, you know, have more time or want to stay a little bit longer, we can go back and pick up something else.